Hey guys, how we doing today? Start off by saying my name's Adam. I'm 33 and I live in New Jersey, and I have been it's been 14 days now since the last time I've used, and I'm just trying to make a video to hopefully help anybody who watches this to get through the struggle that I went through, and so many other millions of people have done as well. And hopefully you can gain some knowledge, and you can be just as good as you always were. And just for starters, no way am I a doctor or a professional or anything like that. I just read up, did a lot of research, went through forums, talked to as many people as I could, and I made it through the withdrawal symptoms and all that stuff that I thought would never ever happen. And I am here today to enlighten you, and hopefully you can listen to some of the stuff I say and get through it yourself. It's not as hard as it is. It's not as hard as you think. Yeah, I started using about 5 years ago because I had hernia surgery. After my script ran out, I ended up getting a whole nother refill, which I shouldn't have. And then after that, it just kept on going and going and going, and then next thing you know, I was a full-fledged drug addict. And my drug of choice was basically Percocets and blues. I was up doing about, on average, 2 to 3 blues a day, and then throwing in a couple bananas or 10 milligram Percocets as well. Came to a point where I was dead broke, feeling like shit every single day. And if you're watching this video, I'm sure you know exactly what I'm talking about. And I'm just going to go over the things that I did to get better. So, for starters, first thing I did was I had to commit to myself. Say, listen, I'm done this. I'm not going to do it ever again. It's not like I'm going to one of these days stop. You got to say right then and there, you're done. Fuck it. It's over. And I think the main thing to do, you just got to tell yourself it's done. You're not. And I ended up tapering. What I did was I went and I prepared a lot. It's like going, athletes when they go to the Super Bowl, they got to practice. Same thing with you. I went and I grabbed as many things as I could so I was ready for the big fight. Started off, I ended up grabbing a couple Suboxones, the strips, and I think this is the best way to do it. If you can find the drugs, I'm sure you can find some subs. So I got 2 strips, and the first week. The first one, I took the 1 sub and I cut it vertically into 4 pieces. So I took 1 of those quarters every other day. Every day and a half. So just to taper down my body. Quitting cold turkey it's going to be really hard. So, taking the quarter piece, will slow down the process a little bit and get your body, you don't want to go and throw your body into full shock. And then when those ran out, I cut the 1 sub into 8 pieces, basically like the width of a dime or a nickel, just a little tiny thing, and that will get you through a day. And that'll help you. And then during that whole process, just drink lots of tea, lots of water. So when they ran out, that's when, and I figured, shit, I did this for that long. Maybe I won't even have any real withdrawal symptoms. No, that's not true. You're going to get sick no matter what. When I was completely out of the subs, that's when. And I had already gone to the drugstore, and I got all my supplements, which I'm going to go over now with what I used. After about 24 hours before my last sub, I gobbled up a lot of multivitamins, just your basic the Centrum Silver, or not these ones, the chewies or gummies, whatever. And I also was taking a lot of milk thistle. The milk thistle, it helps your liver. It's going to get your liver healthier because, let's face it, you've been putting a lot of shit in your body. Your liver is pretty much fucked. So take the milk thistle it'll heal your liver, and also at the same time, get it going a lot, you know what I mean. So that's one of the main necessities, is to get your liver functioning as best as you can, because your liver is going to be the thing pumping all that shit that you've had built up into your body for the longest time. And I did as well. I drank a lot when I was using, because sometimes they just go hand in hand. So drinking and taking pills orally, your liver is shot. Okay. Next big thing, really good thing to take, is this alpha lipoic acid. It's an antioxidant, and it also recycles vitamins. Specifically, vitamin C, definitely, and I think it might be vitamin E. But the alpha lipoic acid, not only being an antioxidant, it will, recycle a lot of the vitamins that you're taking, like the multivitamins. And you should grab a big thing of vitamin C tabs. That's going to help your immune system, obviously. And with the alpha lipoic acid, this will suck out all those toxins. Not all, but it will help, and it's good for your muscles and all that. It helps with the body aches you're going to be going through. So those two are going to go hand in hand. And then along with the milk thistle, best things. And you can just go to CVS. You can get them anywhere. CVS or any drugstore. And a lot of them go, if you get the same brand. When I got them, they were all buy one, get one free. And they let me go and buy, the milk thistle. And I got the lipoic acid for free along with it. Another one, too, is not only, people think that it's just your body that's screwed. That's not true. Your brain is just as jacked up from all the using as your body is physically. So, 5-HTP. This will help. It helps a lot with getting your brain focusing on things, and it's kind of like calm. It calms you down, relaxes you a lot. Definitely get that. That way you're not sitting there in bed the whole week just thinking. It kind of mellows you out. It's great. My other favorites. Back to the physical part. Just your regular fish oil. Fish oil is great for your blood, your heart, all that. I'm sorry, I'm dropping all this stuff. My phone's shaking. Get the fish oil, and I would take the fish oil and actually do creatine as well. Creatine, everybody in the gym uses creatine, especially skinny guys. That goes in, it gets your blood, your muscles, a lot more oxygen, loosening it up. It's great. Another one I don't have with me to show you, but I think everybody in the world knows, Imodium AD. You have to have Imodium AD because you will be getting massive diarrhea. The diarrhea is just part of the thing because your intestines start spasming, and you're not going to be able to eat, but you'll be surprised at how much you shit. So get the Imodium AD, and actually Imodium AD even has a little hint of opiate in it, so it kind of helps you out, but you don't want to go and take 50 Imodiums. My number one thing to say is what you do not ever want to take while you're going through withdrawal. Do not take any flu or cold medicine that has sleep aid in it. Like NyQuil. Do not take NyQuil, because the worst part of my withdrawal, in my opinion, was the RLS, or the restless leg syndrome. You'll be lying in bed till 5 in the morning, just kicking, and rolling. I mean, I felt like I looked like Mick Jagger. You know, I'm laying on my chest, but my legs are behind me, kicking, and I'm doing this goofy chicken dance, and all night long, just boom, 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 doing this Mick Jagger dance in bed, and it drives you absolutely insane. And that's what makes you really want to get on the horn and start calling your dealers and stuff, because you just want to go to sleep so bad, but you can't. You're just doing all this somersaulting, and so do not take the NyQuil, because it will intensify that effect big time. But a great cure for it, not a cure, but but what will help is bananas. Bananas are really high in potassium, and the potassium will calm your restless leg syndromes. I looked everywhere, finding a potassium supplement. I couldn't find it anywhere. So just regular bananas, and even though I hate eating bananas. Bananas make me gag, but whatever. I shove them down, and I don't know what it is. Bananas just make me, maybe if it's because of the way they look, or maybe it's a mental thing, but get bananas. And the other food that I love to eat was grapes. Grapes, they're high in vitamin B, which is completely depleted right now, probably, because when you use any kinds of opiates, your vitamin B is gone. So grapes have a little bit of vitamin B, and they're, who doesn't like grapes? Grapes are so tasty. They're juicy, they're easy to go down, and the other thing is that just the good taste will, it rejuvenates your brain, because when you go and put something nice and tasty like grapes on your tongue, it makes your brain happy. Your brain likes sweets, likes good, tasty stuff like that. Get a big thing of grapes and bananas. And speaking of food, when you do the withdrawal process, you will hate anything. You don't want to eat at all. You're starving, but you can't eat. So what I did was get a big bag of Tyson chicken tenders. It was like 2-inch Tyson ones. Throw them in the oven, 15 minutes. Just do like the entire, or do half a bag a day, right? Just do it whatever you want. But if you go and bake them, they'll stay nice and crispy. And throughout the day, just every once in a while, get up, go down, eat 1 or 2 chicken tenders. That way you got protein in your body. A little bit. Not a lot, but it's better than, like a lot of people say, crackers and soup. Yeah, soup is definitely good. Crackers, in my opinion, there's no nutritional value to them. So you want to get as many vitamins or whatever in your stomach. So I would stick more towards fruit. And, the nuggets. Chicken nuggets are great. I put a little honey on them. And constantly I drank decaf hot tea, green tea. And I say decaf because, you don't want to be drinking tea full of caffeine all day long and just be all jacked up. But the green tea will help flush all those toxins out as best as it can. Green tea is a great thing to flush out your toxins, and you'll be able to tell. Your piss will probably stink really bad the first couple days, and that's not necessarily just all the vitamins and stuff you're putting in your body. It's the toxins that's going out of your body, and that's what kind of I looked forward to drinking as much as I could, water and tea wise, just so I can take a leak. Because every time I took a piss, I mentally thought, okay, that's more bad stuff getting out of my body. Okay? Okay, so that's the nutritional stuff. Now, mentally, what I did mentally, you're going to be in bed, you're not going anywhere. And keep in mind, my experience, I did it all by myself. I had nobody nursing me. I didn't have anybody to talk to. Just did it all by myself. So what I did was just constantly watch good movies and listen to great music. And when I say, because you have no other choice, what else are you going to do? So, but movie-wise, I loved watching old movies that I grew up with as a kid, like from the mid '80s to the early '90s. For instance, I loved watching stuff like Conan and Gremlins 2, Hook, Pee-wee's Big Adventure. All those movies that I know every word to, and that just reminded me of being a kid again. Because when you're a kid, you don't have a care in the world. So go back to that place and watching those things, and you don't have to really concentrate on you don't want to watch a movie that's too complicated. Just watch some goofy, cheesy kids movie that you grew up with. Even something like Aladdin, it'll make you so happy. I'm telling you this, it's the truth. Yeah, as corny as it may sound, watch something stupid like even like what's it called, the Disney cartoon of Robin Hood with the fox. I loved that movie when I was 5 years old, and it just reminded me of when I was a kid. And then at the same time, music-wise, the first couple days, you're going to be so depressed. You don't want to be listening to, even if it's your favorite stuff, you don't want to listen to heavy metal or rap or hardcore stuff. You want to listen to really good, calming music. For instance, I listen to a lot of scores from great movies that I liked growing up. I even mentioned them in the movies, the movies that I watched. Like Conan the Destroyer has a great, phenomenal movie soundtrack or score. You can just go on YouTube and listen to that, boom, 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 and it'll get you going. And then after like day 3 or day 4, that's when you can start listening to the hardcore stuff that you like. But you don't want to be pounding your brain with all this crazy heavy stuff right off the bat. Listen to some classical symphony, and trust me, it'll really get you going. And even though you're not going to want to get out of bed, you're going to have to and you'll like it. By like day 2 or 3, after you stop when you're going through withdrawal, get your ass up out of bed. As hard as it is, take a run. Run your ass off around the block. Don't go. You're not going for a marathon, but take a run around the block. And what I did, I jogged, sprinted, walked, jogged, and then sprinted the way home. That will give you a runner's high. The runner's high, if you're not familiar with it, it's what what runners get when their body's getting pushed too hard. It produces endorphins, which really make you feel better. It's adrenaline, and it gets you going. And it's a funny story. When I got the one day, I just did this really hard run, and I felt like death, but I sweat out so much. Sweating out all that stuff is really good for you. I get around about 5 houses back till I get home. Then, some guy, of course, that I've known my whole life. Hey, Adam, how you doing? I was like, oh, God, I do not want to talk to him. I looked right over at him, like, oh, hey, bleh! I just puked all over the place. And he just gave me this weird look, and he says, oh, yeah, it's getting hot out here. Your body's not used to it. I'm like, oh, yeah, that's right. See you later. But the running and the throwing up, that's more toxins out of the bodies. And then I ran inside, took a long 15-minute hot shower, and I laid in bed for a good hour and a half, wide awake, and I felt great. Throwing up, sweating, the exercise, it just, boom, it really helped. So, even if you feel like absolute shit, get out of bed and take a run. It's going to produce endorphins, and it's going to help you going, and it'll help your mind as well. And another thing, when I was saying about movies to watch, don't watch any daytime television. No daytime TV, because daytime TV is, first off, it's bullshit. You're not learning anything, and like I said, you want to exercise your brain. You don't want to watch these repeats of Pawn Stars or all these corny, stupid shows that you've seen a million times. And, especially in the daytime, these shows, all they do is build you up just to throw a commercial in your face. So you'll be watching a great show, and you say, oh, what's coming up next? And then, boom, you get a commercial, and what's the commercial? At Passages Malibu, you can come here and spend $1 billion and come to my rehab. And that asshole, Pax Prentice, is going to be telling you about rehab at his super duper expensive rehab center that you'll never go to. And it puts you in a pissed off mood, and that's not what you want. You want to baby yourself, and you want to be as happy as you possibly can. So, and if you keep seeing commercials for Geico and Pax Prentice, if there's Malibu's Most Wanted, it's going to piss you off. Don't watch daytime TV. Just watch on demand. And I would, like I said, I suggest getting, even if you don't have any premium channels, buy them. Just for the, get a month's trial membership of Encore or Flicks or anything that has old movies that you grew up with, because you will stay focused. You can watch something like, these old-time 80s movies, like hero movies. I say this as a guy. I watched Conan and Terminator. Girls, a bunch of John Cusack movies will probably get you really happy and going. It just reminds you of a kid, high school crushes and shit like that. From here now, I really don't know what else to say. The only thing is, you can fucking do it. You can do it. And I'll tell you the quick story. This has been a 22-minute long video already. I don't want to bore you, but if you're in bed right now trying to get healthy, what else are you going to be doing? What happened was how I got through this whole thing, or how I got started, was I was out with a girl that I went to school with a long time ago. I haven't seen her in a while, and her boyfriend, he's a doctor, and I was talking to him outside. I said, I told him my situation. I said, I'm trying to get better. As a doctor, what can you give me advice on? And he said, you just got to do it yourself. And I said, well, it's so hard, And he looked at me and he said, you know what? Stop being a fucking pussy. I said, what are you talking? I go, I'm asking you for your advice. And he goes, yeah, oh, boo-hoo. He goes, oh, it's so hard. He goes, what are you going to be You're going to be sick in the comfortable bed in your comfortable house for 4 or 5 days. He goes, because he was a medic when he was in the service, and he was in Somalia for a long time. And he said to me, he goes, I don't give a shit about your crying, about your withdrawal, because, you got some diarrhea and you got some uncomfortable pains. Because he told me, he said, I saw little kids dying of malaria every day, and that shit lasted them for, if they survived, they had to go through that for weeks upon months. And it hit me like a ton of bricks. I said, you know what, you're absolutely right. I'm so afraid of, having some diarrhea and not sleeping and the uncomfortable stuff. But, there are kids out there who, and they didn't choose it, they are dying of malaria, and I'm being a bitch and a pussy by saying, oh, I did this to myself. And he was absolutely right. And I thought about that every single time I started to whine about being uncomfortable. Because there are kids living in dirt with malaria and dysentery and all the other things, and I'm in a comfortable bed at home, and so there's really no excuse. You can do it. All right. Well, I'm going to sign off now. If you've got any questions or even comments to tell me about what you think, let me know. And I'll write you back. I'll call you. I just want everybody else to be in the feeling that I am right now. Like I said, I went 5 years with doing this every freaking day, waking up and just wasting my life, just trying to find shit, and wasting my money and losing my friends. It's awful. But now I feel It's only been a couple weeks, so I'm not out of the woods, but I feel great. So please, just hopefully listen to everything I say. There's plenty of other videos out there, and just take up every little piece of information that you got from me or the other videos and put them together. Do whatever makes you feel better. I hope everybody that watches this gets better, and please let me know. And if I said something that doesn't make sense on here, let me know. But like I said, I did this all just from what other people said in forums and stuff like that, and I literally feel like $1 million. I do. I feel great. I've even put on some good muscle weight. I've been lifting, and I don't know. I'm just signing off now, so please get better, and spread this video as much as you can. Tell your friends, and look at all the other videos. You can get through it. Trust me. I thought I never could. Don't be a pussy. Get through it. Okay, guys? Have a good one.